Stop caring what people think. Stop letting their whispers, their judgments, their imagined opinions, control the calm in your mind. Right now, you are giving power to strangers, to those who do not know your struggles, your intentions, your truths. Why? Because you believe their thoughts define you. They do not think carefully what is in your control. Your thoughts, your choices, your actions. Everything else, other people's opinions, their praise, their scorn, is beyond your power. Yet, you hand it over to them every single day. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, a storm around you, and letting the wind dictate your steps. That is what you do when you allow others' judgments to shape your life. It is foolishness disguised as humility. It is slavery disguised as consideration. Do not misunderstand me. Stoicism does not ask you to abandon care entirely. It asks you to care rightly, to care for your character, your virtue, your reason, to act with integrity, not with an eye on applause. I tell you this because it is simple, yet almost no one lives it. The crowd is loud, and the crowd is cruel. The crowd is ignorant of the quiet battles you fight, the fears you have conquered, in secret, the hours of effort no one sees. And still, you bend yourself to meet their standards. Stop. There is freedom here. Real freedom comes when the noise of others' opinions fades into the background, and you can hear your own mind clearly, guiding you toward the good. Ask yourself, whose judgment do I fear most? A stranger online, a colleague at work, a friend whose loyalty is fickle. All of them are irrelevant to your character. Your worth is measured not by their gaze, but by your own reason, your own conduct. You may think, but if I stop caring what they think, I will be careless, I will offend, I will fail. Do not confuse caring rightly with caring about appearances. To act virtuously is to consider others, yes, but not to let their imagined approval be your compass. Do what is just, what is honest, what is aligned with your principles. The rest let it pass. Let me take you deeper. Consider a tree, standing alone on a windswept hill. It does not bend to the direction of every wind. It grows upright, rooted, and the storms it faces make it stronger. Your mind must be like that tree, anchored in reason, unshaken by passing opinion, growing despite the storms. There is no shame in this solitude. There is clarity, there is peace. When you act from virtue, you need no audience. Praise and criticism are irrelevant. They are external things, like clouds drifting across the sky. The sky does not question their presence. It simply remains vast, unbroken, serene. Let us speak plainly. Your desire for approval is a weakness. It is a subtle form of slavery. Every time you worry about what someone thinks, you relinquish a part of your freedom. Every time you alter your actions to gain approval, you place chains around your own mind. Do not do this. Freedom begins when you act for yourself, according to your reason, not to satisfy a crowd. And yet, the world is relentless. People will judge, people will mock, people will misunderstand. Even your closest allies may doubt you. Stoicism is not about avoiding this. It is about not being shaken by it. The rock does not seek to avoid the waves, it simply endures. You too must endure the judgments without surrendering your inner life. Now consider this, you are mortal. Every day you spend living for others is a day stolen from your own life. The time you waste fearing judgment is the time you will never regain. What is more valuable than your own reasoned judgment? What is more sacred than the clarity of your own mind? Think of all the people who have truly mattered in history. Who were they? Were they slaves to public opinion? No, they were people who acted in alignment with virtue, courage, and reason. They did not seek applause. They sought the good, and the world eventually recognized their wisdom, not because they craved recognition, but because they were steady, true, and unwavering. This is your call to courage. It is not the dramatic courage of battle, though that is noble. It is quiet, profound courage. The courage to stand firm when voices rise against you. The courage to follow reason when fear or desire whispers otherwise. The courage to value your own judgment above all else. Do not confuse being free from others' judgment with being arrogant. A Stoic does not act without care for others. A Stoic acts with care that is measured by reason, not by fear of disapproval. Virtue is social, justice is social, but approval is not. Distinguish between the good you owe to others and the chains you owe to their judgment. Here is an exercise for your mind. Tomorrow, speak and act in a way that aligns with reason alone. Notice every time a thought of what will they think rises. Do not ignore it. Do not suppress it. Observe it. See it as a cloud, a passing illusion, an attempt of the world to claim dominion over your mind. And then return to reason. Return to virtue. Return to your own steady course. Another reflection: most judgments you fear never even happen. You anticipate scorn that never comes. You imagine ridicule, rejection, and failure, and you bend yourself to it before it even arrives. This is imagination run wild. This is the mind enslaving itself with shadows. Confront it. Walk in the sunlight of reason. Now, the world is full of people seeking your approval. They will test you. They will question you. They will demand conformity, and you will feel the pull. Do not yield. Your soul's tranquility is more important than their applause. Your peace is more sacred than their judgment. Consider Epictetus' words. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And I add, it is not what they think of you, but how you judge yourself. That matters. Their thoughts are external. Your reason is internal. Focus there, protect that, cultivate that. Even now as you listen, notice the urge to resist this teaching. You might think, this is too hard, I cannot ignore others. Yes, the pull is, if strong, it is natural. Nature gives you sensitivity. But reason gives you mastery. Nature is the raw material. Reason is the craftsman. Do not hand your raw material to strangers to shape. Look at your relationships. Notice where fear of judgment controls your words. Notice where it softens your courage. Notice where it forces you to compromise principles for fleeting approval. Do not accept this. Notice, name, and release it. And here is a paradox you must hold. By freeing yourself from others' judgment, you often gain their respect, not because you sought it, but because you embody integrity, not because you perform for them, but because you stand firm. Ironically, letting go of the crowd's opinion often elevates you above the crowd. You may ask, but how do I start? How do I stop caring today? Begin small. Notice one thought today that arises from fear of judgment. Step back, observe, realize. It is not a command, it is a suggestion. You have the power to follow reason instead, and that small choice, repeated, builds the fortress of your mind. Reflect further. Death is certain. Every moment you live in fear of judgment is a moment wasted. The grave does not care who approved of your actions. The end of life does not tally applause or scorn. What matters is whether you lived in accordance with reason, courage, and virtue. Focus there. Freedom from judgment does not mean isolation. It does not mean selfishness. It means clarity. It means the ability to act rightly without the shadow of imagined opinions twisting your path. It means serenity in a storm of voices. I will tell you another truth. People will notice the change in you. They will sense your calm, your steadiness, and some will resent it, some will admire it, some will not understand it. All of this is irrelevant. You are not cultivating their opinions. You are cultivating your mind, and in that cultivation there is immense joy. There is a quiet power. There is the serene laughter of a soul unshaken. There is the deep, enduring satisfaction of knowing you act rightly, not performative lie. So here is your task. Begin today, this very hour, to measure yourself by your reason, not by their gaze. Anchor your mind, observe fear and let it pass. Act from virtue, always, and know that the world may rage, the crowd may jeer, yet you remain untouched, unshaken, free. Take this seriously. It is simple, yes, but simplicity is deceiving. Simplicity is the path, but the path is steep. You must practice daily. You must notice yourself bending to imagined opinions. You must return to reason. You must keep returning, again and again. Freedom from the opinions of others is a muscle. Strengthen it. The first moments may be awkward, even painful. Your mind will resist. Old fears will rise. Yet every time you resist, every time you act from virtue alone, the muscle grows. And soon, you will notice the calm that cannot be disturbed by applause, criticism, or gossip. Let me leave you with this meditation. Your life is yours. Your mind is yours. Your reason is yours. Do not lend it to others. Do not barter it for approval. Do not sell it for fear. Stand firm. Walk your own path. And slowly you will understand the deepest joy a Stoic can know. The joy of being free in the only way that truly matters, free in your own mind. This is the beginning. From here, you will see how subtle chains of judgment slip away, one by one. You will see how courage grows quietly. You will see how the world's noise loses its power over you. And tomorrow we will go further into how to maintain this freedom in the most testing circumstances, in relationships, in work, in life itself. Do you feel that pull again, that urge to bend, to perform, to anticipate approval? Notice it. Do not fight it harshly. Simply see it, acknowledge it, and then, gently, return to your own mind, your own reason. The first step in mastery is awareness. Without awareness, you are a leaf in the wind, at the mercy of every whisper, every gaze, every imagined judgment. You cannot change what you do not observe, so observe. Watch your mind as it trembles in fear of what others may think. Say to yourself, this is an impression, it is not me, it does not command me. This is a simple exercise, but deceptively powerful. It is the foundation of all freedom from external opinion. For as long as you cannot distinguish between what belongs to you and what belongs to others, you remain enslaved. You live in shadows, imagining the crowd's expectations, bending before ghosts. But reality is different. What others think is a cloud, your mind is the sky now. Take this further. Ask yourself every morning, what is truly mine to care about today? The answer is always the same: my reason, my choices, my actions. Everything else is external. It may affect circumstances, yes, but it cannot touch my mind unless I allow it, and I will not allow it. This discipline is not abstract. It is practical, daily, tangible. At work, do not act from fear of judgment. Act from what is right. At home, do not perform for praise. Act from care, from love, from reason. In public, do not alter your words to avoid ridicule. Speak clearly, truthfully, with integrity. You will notice a strange effect. The world does not collapse when you stop performing. No, it continues, exactly as it always has. And yet, your mind feels lighter. Your energy no longer leaks into imagined expectations. You reclaim time, you reclaim thought, you reclaim presence. And yet there will be resistance. Old habits die. Slowly you may feel anxious at first. Your body may tighten when someone criticizes you. Your mind may whisper, you must win their approval. Yes, it is familiar. Yes, it is seductive. And yes, it is false. Here is a practical tool. Rehearse in your mind the scenarios that make you afraid. Imagine the criticism you dread. Imagine the laughter, the misunderstanding, the rejection. And then, imagine yourself standing calm, undisturbed. Imagine responding with reason, with virtue, without fear. This is not fantasy, it is training. Your mind practices freedom, your soul practices courage. Next, consider relationships. How often have you altered yourself to please someone else? A partner, a friend, a parent, a colleague. How often have you muted your opinions, hidden your feelings, concealed your truth? Why? Because of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of displeasure. But listen carefully. Honesty with yourself is honesty with others. You cannot build meaningful relationships on a foundation of fear and pretense. You can only build them on truth and integrity. When you act from reason, when you live your principles openly, you attract people who value your mind, not your performance. And those who reject it were never meant to be part of your path anyway. This is where courage and freedom intersect. The world will never fully understand you. It'll never fully approve. It is not your job for it to do so. Your duty is to your own reason, to your own integrity, to your own virtue. Now, let us consider the mind itself. Fear of judgment is rooted in the mistaken belief that others' thoughts define reality. This is false. Other people's thoughts are like ripples on a pond. Your mind is the water itself. You can feel the ripples, you can observe them, but you are not compelled to react to them. Your depth remains untouched. Practice this. Whenever a judgment or criticism rises in your mind, pause. Ask, is this mine? Does it concern my reason, or is it someone else's opinion? If it is theirs, let it go. Do not argue with it. Do not fight it. Do not internalize it. Release it, and return to what matters, what is within your control. You may ask, but what about learning? What if I ignore judgment and miss my faults? Good question. Stoicism does not advocate ignoring truth. It advocates ignoring irrelevance. Seek feedback from those whose reason and integrity you trust. Do not seek approval from the unwise, the envious, the shallow. Discern wisely. Learn from truth. Ignore opinion. Next, apply this to your ambitions. Many people waste their lives chasing status, praise, recognition. They work tirelessly to be seen, applauded, admired. And what do they gain? Anxiety, restlessness, dependence. On others, you can avoid this trap. Do your work, perfect your craft, act with excellence, but do it because it is your duty, your choice, your reason, not because of applause. Remember, life is short. Every moment spent living for approval is a moment stolen from freedom. Every choice guided by fear of judgment is a choice surrendered. Do not surrender. Hold your mind as a fortress. Guard it, strengthen it, respect it. Here is another exercise. Journaling. Every evening, write down moments when you acted out of fear of judgment. Write down the thoughts that whispered, what will they think? Reflect honestly, then write down how you could have acted differently, guided by reason alone. This practice trains your mind. It makes freedom habitual. It makes courage natural. You will notice patterns. Certain people, certain situations, certain topics trigger fear. This is normal. Awareness is the first step. Next comes preparation. Next comes deliberate action. And here is the key. Begin with small, safe actions. Speak your mind gently, but clearly with someone you trust. Decline a request you do not wish to fulfill without fear of judgment. Take a small risk that aligns with reason, not with external approval. Each success, however small, reinforces your freedom. Each moment of courage strengthens your soul. Do not underestimate the power of solitude. Time alone with your mind is the forge of freedom. The noise of others is constant. Silence your mind, even briefly. Meditate on what is truly yours. Reflect on your virtues. Return to your reason. And now, consider adversity. Criticism, rejection, failure, these are inevitable. Even when you act rightly, others may misjudge you. Stoicism teaches, the judgment of others is not harmful in itself, only your own judgment about it can cause harm. You have the choice to remain unshaken. You have the choice to stand firm. Practice this by reframing when someone criticizes you unfairly. Ask yourself, does this reflect my action or their perception? If it is their perception, let it pass. It touches nothing real in you. If it is your action, and it is aligned with reason and virtue, no criticism matters. You are doing what is good, true, and just. That is enough. And do not forget gratitude. Most people are focused on themselves. They criticize because they project their own fears, insecurities, and shortcomings. Recognize this. Feel compassion for their blindness, yet do not allow it to bind you. Walk your path with both firmness and gentleness. Next, consider social media, public spaces, casual encounters. Everywhere, opinions assault your mind. Everywhere, comparison tempts your soul. Everywhere, judgment seeks to control you. This is modern life, and modern life requires modern stoicism. Set boundaries. Limit exposure to voices that disturb your reason. Curate your environment. Seek companions whose minds are steady, whose hearts are wise. And in all things, let reason be your filter. Let virtue be your compass. Let freedom be your North Star. Finally, remember this principle. You are not here to please the world. You are here to live well, to think clearly, to act rightly. Approval is a fleeting shadow. Virtue is enduring. Freedom is priceless. Do not trade them for the opinions of those who cannot govern their own minds. As you go forward, keep practicing. Observe, pause, reframe, act, journaling, reflection, meditation, small courageous acts. These build your inner fortress. Eventually, you will notice a change. The fear of judgment fades. The whispers lose their grip. You feel lighter, clearer, freer, and when the world grows loud, when criticism comes, when envy rises, you remain unmoved, because you know the truth. What others think is their concern. Your mind, your reason, your virtue, these are yours alone. Guard them, nurture them, live by them. Tomorrow, in the final part, we will explore the ultimate level, how to live fully, freely and joyfully, unshaken even by the harshest judgment, and how to cultivate a life so aligned with reason that others cannot help but respect it. We will also speak of sharing this wisdom, guiding others, and embracing community not for approval, but for meaningful connection. This is the work of a lifetime, but it begins now. Small steps, repeated daily, build a life of true freedom, step by step, choice by choice, moment by moment. You have come far, you have listened, you have reflected, you have felt the weight of judgment loosen, even slightly, from your mind. Now, we go further. We reach the point where freedom is not just occasional, but constant, where your inner life is untouchable, where your choices flow from reason, courage, and virtue, unshaken by the noise of the world. Imagine a river. It flows steadily, unaffected by stones or debris that fall into it. It does not cling to what enters, nor does it resist. It moves with its nature. Your mind, your soul, must be like this river, flowing according to its nature, reason, virtue, courage, untouched by passing judgments, unhindered by imagined opinions. The final mastery begins with one truth. No one's opinion defines your value. No one's praise enriches you. No one's criticism diminishes you. All power lies within you. All freedom lies within you. All serenity lies within you. You may still feel the pull of habit. Fear is persistent. Doubt is loud. Even now, the urge to seek approval, to modify yourself for others, may rise. Do not fight harshly. Observe it, breathe, step back, and then choose reason. Courage grows when you consistently make this choice. Small actions become habits. Habits become character. Character becomes the fortress of your soul. And in that fortress, judgment has no entry. Approval cannot enter. Criticism cannot enter. Only clarity. Only freedom. Only serenity. Now let us speak of joy. Yes, joy. Stoicism is not a life of grim restraint. It is a life of profound satisfaction, of quiet triumph, of deep peace. The joy of knowing you act rightly, even when the world misunderstands. the joy of knowing your choices are your own, the joy of living aligned with truth, with courage, with reason. And here's the paradox. The more you let go of the need for approval, the more connected you feel, because your relationships are no longer based on performance. They are based on truth, they are based on virtue, they are based on shared integrity, not on applause. Consider your work. The tasks you undertake, the responsibilities you carry, do them for the good itself, not for recognition. The satisfaction of a job well done, done rightly, is its own reward. You do not need validation. The work itself, executed with excellence and reason, is the highest form of fulfillment. And your friendships, cherish those who value reason, virtue, and integrity. Let go of those who demand conformity, admiration, or flattery. Do not mistake constant praise for love, nor harsh criticism for judgment of your worth. Both can mislead. Your true companions respect your mind, even when they disagree. Daily practice remains essential. Observe every thought of judgment. Name it, release it. Act according to reason. Journal your reflections. Meditate, visualize courage. Take small, deliberate risks that honor virtue over approval, and repeat, day after day. Here is a subtle but powerful truth. The world will not change because you follow this path. People will still judge. Society will still demand conformity. Voices will still criticize. But your mind will change. Your soul will change. And that is enough. Notice this deeply. When you act from reason alone, the world begins to respond differently, not because you seek it, but because you embody it. People are drawn to integrity. People respect clarity. People follow courage naturally, even unconsciously. You need not perform. You need only be. And now, let us consider the ultimate freedom: to live fully without fear, to embrace your mortality without regret, to act rightly without hesitation, to speak truthfully without apology, to love without compromise of your principles. This is the Stoics' gift to themselves. This is the life of the unshaken mind. When fear rises, ask, does this concern my reason, my virtue, my actions? If yes, act boldly. If no, release it. Do not argue with the wind. Do not chase shadows. Do not feed illusions. When doubt arises, ask, what is under my control? What is within my power? Focus there. Release the rest. This is not denial. It is discernment. It is not weakness. It is strength. It is not arrogance. It is wisdom. And in moments of solitude, reflect, I am free. I am steady. I am my own master. I do not bend to the whispers of strangers. I do not tremble before imagined judgment. I act from reason, virtue, and courage. This is enough. At this point, I encourage you, comment below, share your thoughts, your experiences, your struggles. Your journey may inspire another to reclaim their mind, their freedom, their life. Subscribe to this channel if you wish to continue walking this path with us, and share this video with those who need a reminder that freedom begins within. Your practice is the true message. Your courage, your clarity, your serenity, these are the lessons others will notice, whether you speak of them or not. By living fully, you teach more than words ever could. Let us close with reflection. Every day, the choice is yours. To live for others' opinions or for your reason, to surrender to fear or to rise with courage, to waste time on shadows or to act with clarity. The choice is yours, and yours alone. When you stumble, and you will return. Observe, breathe, step back, choose reason. When you falter, and you will return. Release fear, release doubt, return to virtue. This is the rhythm of freedom. This is the practice of the unshaken mind. And finally, remember, your life is short. Do not squander it on the applause or scorn of those who cannot govern their own minds. Spend it on what matters: reason, virtue, courage, and love rooted in truth. Spend it on freedom. Spend it on joy. This is not easy. It requires daily effort. It requires awareness, reflection, and courage. It requires returning, over and over, to what is truly yours. But it is worth it, because the reward is priceless, because the reward is life, lived fully, freely, and wisely. So stand now, with courage. Walk your path, unmoved by judgment. Speak your truth, guided by reason. Act boldly, grounded in virtue. Love freely, without fear of approval. And know, the world may rage, but your mind remains unshaken. You are free, you are steady, you are enough. And in that freedom, you will find peace. In that steadiness, you will find clarity. In that courage, you will find joy. And all the opinions of the world cannot take it from you. This is Stoicism in action. This is the wisdom of the ages, alive in your mind today. Carry it, practice it, teach it by example. And the life you live will be a testament not to applause, not to recognition, not to fear, but to reason, virtue, and freedom.